Have any of you done this before?
No. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. This is Davey Jones, and we're live from Pizza Hut in Bucyrus with Coach's Corner West. And we'll get through the show if we don't scare the daylights out of these young ladies sitting next to us. It's good to have you aboard on this Monday evening, and our show is brought to you in part by Adam Weisner and Associates at Advanced Fiber Technology, Coach Tim Plumley, Mohegan Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation, Matt Studer at Spitzer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Kia, just a mile east of the Richland Mall, Rob Lustin, Edgefield Animal Clinic in Marion, Matt Ramsey, John Ziegler, Drew Young, and Frank Heinlein, and everybody at Bucyrus Blades, serving worldwide markets since 1951, and Roger Brown at Winks Lock and Safe, South Poplar Street at West Warren, Bucyrus. It's my privilege to welcome back to our microphones Chris Snowdell, who is the head coach of the girls tennis program at Bucyrus. Coach, how many years now for girls tennis for you?
This is my second stint, so this is my third year with
This
the
stint.
new crew. Yeah, I
All
did
right.
5 years before.
Five, and then you had a little bit of break in between?
Yeah, it took about 10 years off. So
Really?
I watched my daughters do their things.
All right. So, and talk to me, how many years have you been doing the PA system for the football game now?
Oh man, I've been up in the box, man, like early Bruner years.
Really?
Yeah. So.
But how, when did you start doing the
I
PA?
think I started doing the PA after Earl Music, so it was either the end of
That's
the
been a
Bruna-
while.
Yeah, either the end of the Bruna era or the beginning of the Coach Eckert era, somewhere in there. I've been up there a long time.
You have been. So, which is easier, doing the PA system or doing tennis?
The PA system.
Yeah, I would say PA system probably is a lot easier. All right. How did you get involved with tennis, Coach? First of all, as a player. Second of all, as a coach.
When I was in high school, some friends and I tried to decide what to do during the spring season. Baseball really wasn't our thing. I like track, but running.
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. So we decided to give tennis a try. We took some save back lessons, and then we had Coach Brubaker. That was the start of his tennis career. It was my freshman year, so kind of went into the program kind of blindly, and it's led to this.
All right. Talk to me a little bit about how you did as a tennis player. Bucyrus had some pretty good tennis teams back in the day. In fact, I remember when I first came to town a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
They had some very good teams, and back in the Mike Holm era. You remember that?
Yeah, back in like the
Early
70s.
70s.
Yeah,
Early
yeah.
70s.
They were really strong. I did all right. I mean, I was a 3-year letterman, but I had fun with it. It was a great sport to learn.
You still play tennis for fun today?
With these ladies, I do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but you don't go out just on a Sunday afternoon.
No, not a lot of people around that I play or that I hang with play.
So basically, what you're saying is all the guys that you used to play with are too old and
That's right. We moved to pickleball, so.
Really? Well, that's a good point. Talk to me about the relationship between pickleball and tennis, because there is at least some of the same moves.
Oh yeah, pickleball's really caught on. I mean, it used to be big right back in 60s, 70s, went away, and now it's coming back. There's leagues popping up all over. It's a little easier of a sport to play, as you
I
get
see
older.
them playing pickleball at the Bucyrus YMCA and the Galleon YMCA. I haven't seen it in Marion yet, but it's really, and it's guys my age are playing.
Yeah, All Miller has courts for them too.
Really? Where? I didn't know that.
Where the tennis courts are, I think they put some extra lines in there.
Okay.
For pickleball, and it's really growing, very popular sport.
Okay. Talk to me about your team. These young ladies to my immediate left. Total numbers. Up, down?
Down a little bit.
Why?
Numbers are hard. It's hard to get people out.
Okay.
And tennis is kind of a scary thing because it's not what they grew up playing or knowing. So
Okay.
some people are afraid to fail.
Is the fact that we lost Sam Sabek a couple years ago hurt the program from the standpoint that people don't get to go out and take the tennis lessons with a guy who's just absolutely fantastic?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, definitely. Sam was one of a kind. He did all that. He gave the free lessons for years. Gave the taste to the community members. Parents got involved, and it's like I said, it's a new thing. So most of these girls had picked up a racket more than 2 years ago. And that's usually what we base.
You got some beginners then?
Yeah.
All right. How quick do they evolve?
Well, when you got stud athletes like them, they
Well,
catch on
just
pretty
take a
quick.
look at them. They look athletic. All of them look athletic.
Right. So they kind of caught on pretty quick. They're doing pretty well. There's still times that I have to remind myself that they're only second-year players, and we're moving forward in the right direction.
Middle school program. It'd probably help if you had a good middle school program. Do you?
This past spring, I opened up open courts, spring and summer, to any middle school girl that wanted to come out. There's no middle school programs around for competition.
Would it be helpful if they could just come to your practice?
If they were allowed, Ohio High School has
Well, they won't let 'em, huh?
let you practice with high school teams when you're middle schoolers.
Right.
But I'll open more, have more open courts for them, and got to try to start getting them more involved and just get that knowledge.
How about some of the other schools in the area, the ones that have bigger tennis programs, maybe bigger programs like Mansfield, perhaps Marion, even the big metro areas like Cleveland, Columbus, Toledo? Do they have middle school programs?
Yeah, like during my little 10-year hiatus, I started a middle school program in Delaware. I live down there.
Okay.
For the boys, and they have full schedule of teams around, and it was a great feeder program then for the high school.
Talk to me about your returning players. You've got a good nucleus, a reasonable nucleus of good players to come back?
I've got, all my varsity, all 7 girls are returning players. These 4 ladies are my returning doubles teams.
Okay.
And then I have Hannah Scott, who's she's a junior. She's my #1 singles girl. Addie Young is a junior. She's my #2 singles. And then Isabel Johnson moved up from last year JV to our 3rd singles.
JV, we didn't even talk about that. I talked about middle school. You have a JV program?
We have about 3-4 girls on JV team right now.
Now, do they get to come up and sit for varsity, or is there a chance they potentially could get in?
Well, the nice thing about tennis is, like, we had a match against Perkins on Friday.
All right.
And my JV girls got to play some extra matches, because at that match we had 10 extra girls, or 10 girls total, and they had 16. So my JV girls got to play several matches, gave them a chance to get to know the game a little bit better.
Do you have needs to replace? Do we graduate some people?
We did. We graduated, how many? 4? Yeah.
That's a lot.
We had a pretty big.
So you have some needs to replace then?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Do you have personnel to do that?
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah, the young girls that I have now, I think will develop into some good players. We still need to get some more out, but there's hope.
Let me talk a little bit about singles versus doubles. You touched on that. I really don't know a lot about tennis, but I do know you have singles, you've got doubles. Do you have enough personnel, and you see yourself stronger in the singles matches or the doubles matches?
I think we're pretty even. My 1 and 2 have an experience in varsity. Singles, we're pretty strong there, pretty consistent, and then these 2 ladies played second dubs last year for us, moved up to first dubs this year, and the other 2 are now my second dubs team. They both got varsity time last year, so I think they're ready to go.
All right, sounds good. Going to break for a second. Girls, you guys are next. We'll talk about that in just one moment. Broadcast coverage in service of Lee Plymel and Brad Seibert at the Plymel Insurance Group, Bucyrus and Gallion. Hannah Newton at Wendy's, downtown Bucyrus, Upper Sandusky. North Central State College, Mansfield, and the Crawford Success Center, Bucyrus. Also brought to you by Vince Ponziani and the Associates at Waycraft Industries. Rod Steiger and everybody at Pizza Hut, Bucyrus and Gallion, the host of this show since 1992. The Burkhardt family, Burkhardt Farm Sales, your Case IH dealer on the Manette New Winchester Road. And Life Breedley and Todd McDougal at Breedley and Company Insurance in New Washington. And we've got young people around the table here this evening to talk to about the Bucyrus tennis program. Addison Rister is to my immediate left. And Addison, talk to me. What grade are you in, first of all?
I'm a senior this year.
You're a senior this year. And how long have you been playing tennis?
3 years. I played last year varsity, and this year will be varsity. And then my sophomore year, I played all JV.
All JV?
Yeah.
So then you came out your sophomore year. What possessed you to come out in 10th grade to play tennis for Bucyrus or anybody else?
Well, my sister played.
Okay.
She played singles, and we needed girls for tennis.
All right.
And so the day before, literally our first match.
Were you here a couple years ago talking to me about that? Seems to me I remember talking to that.
Maybe? I don't think so.
Okay, all right. Well,
Yeah.
you are not alone though, because I know I remember having some other young ladies in the tennis program. So how long have you been playing tennis? She looked at her watch, you know, I mean, and so, you know, but you can get started like that.
Yeah, and I think like with playing softball, a lot of the movements just come natural.
Right. Now, that name Rister sounds very familiar. You've been a part of the softball program for a number of years too, right?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, pitcher.
My sister was the
Your
pitcher.
sister, okay.
Yeah.
I do remember that. And talk to me a little bit about, you know, how you feel about this year's team and your role on the team.
So we have a really close group of girls. We're all super close. Like, this is my best friend, and then these girls I grew up with, and then like, my neighbors on my team, and I grew up with another girl, so we're all like best friends. And it makes it a lot better when there's no drama.
All right.
And so
I've heard that word several times from the women's coaches. Why is there drama in girls' programs? Go ahead and give me the dirt.
most of the time it's just pettiness, like playing time, stuff like that.
Not swapping boyfriends.
Boy drama sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but we don't gotta worry about that.
Okay, we don't have to worry about that.
No.
Okay. All right.
So we just all get along really well.
All right. You mentioned softball. Any other sports besides softball?
I do softball, basketball, cheerleading, track, and tennis.
You are an active young lady.
Yeah.
Got any time for school?
Yeah.
Yeah, great, great. How many grades okay?
Oh, they're perfect.
Good. You got a 4 point?
Yep.
Really? I was about half of what you had there. In fact, sometimes a little less than that. So, league, you know, how do you see yourself in this league?
So we don't have much of a league.
You know?
No. The only person in the N10, I think's Upper, right?
Upper
So,
Sandusky?
yeah.
The rest of the schools don't have tennis.
Nobody.
What the heck is wrong with that?
So we either travel really far, or people travel really far to play us.
Right.
But Galleon, we play them. So
Now, Gallon's got a good program, don't they?
Yeah.
And they've been doing it for a long time. The school's not that much bigger than Bucyrus. Coach, why is that? Why does Galleon have this great program? I think Terry Gribble's the coach.
Terry does a great job over there.
Yeah. So how does he get the Galleon women out?
It might be the proximity to Lexington. Be able to get the girls over the indoor facilities a little easier than
Okay.
what we can.
All right.
But I'll take any advice that Terry can give me on how to get more players out.
All right. How about college? You got college plans yet?
I plan to, well, I have to apply still, so don't mark my word. But the Ohio State,
Well, listen, you got a 4.0. You're going to get in.
I hope, or Bowling Green.
Ohio State or Bowling Green?
Yeah.
All right. After you get done with the show tonight, before you leave, ask me about the Grace Washburn Scholarship at Ohio State. You heard about that?
No.
Way to get you some money, okay?
Okay.
And you will qualify, I guarantee you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Let's see. Next, we've got Ella Moyer, right?
Yes.
Best friends with her, huh?
I guess.
How long you guys have been best friends?
Since
You're not
we were-
sure, huh?
Since we were born, our parents worked together.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. And talk to me a little bit about how you got involved with tennis. How long you been playing?
I transferred to Bucyrus from Mohawk last year, so last summer was
Really?
the first time. Yeah, it was the first time I picked up a racket, and ever since then I've been playing.
All right. Now, did you actually move down here? Or?
No.
All right. So you just transferred. What brought you to Bucyrus?
Tennis was a big one because I thought that would be fun, even though I
Okay.
never played before. And DECA is like just Bucyrus.
They've got
has
a
more-
great distributive education program.
Yeah, they have more classes to offer, so I decided to.
It's a good program, and you made a smart decision by doing that, all right? Talk to me about how, you know, other sports other than tennis,
Cheerleading.
cheerleading, and talk to me a little bit about some of the goals you have this year for the program.
I think mostly just to have a good positive season. We're a young team, so I don't know how many matches we're gonna win, but we're gonna go in with like positive attitudes
All right.
and try to win as many as we can.
All right, very good. And you're a senior?
Yes.
All right, college?
University of Cincinnati is my dream school, so we'll see.
And what are you gonna major in what?
Journalism?
Journalism.
Yes.
All right. You talk to me about it after the show too. I may talk you out of that. That's a great engineering school down there, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
All right, well listen, I appreciate you coming by. All right. Adriana, did I pronounce that right? Adriana. Oh, yeah, I should put a long A on that too. Adriana Clark. I got that right. Adriana, what grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
You speak up?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior? And how long have you been playing tennis?
This is my second year.
Second year? And what brought you to tennis?
Nodell talked to me about it in gym.
All right. Talk to me a little bit about what you hope to accomplish this year. Do you have some specific goals?
Like Ella said, positivity, and I also want to improve a lot from last year. So that's a big goal for me.
Other sports other than tennis?
I do softball and cheer.
Very good. Very good. And we thank you for coming by. And finally, at the end of the table, Serena. Did I get that right? Sierra. Okay. There's no win in there at all. I don't know where I got that from. Sierra.
She hits like Serena.
Huh?
She hits like Serena.
Oh, you mean the softball player?
No, but Serena Williams.
Oh, Serena Williams.
Yeah, she hits like
Okay.
that, yeah.
All right, yeah. Did you guys ever see, what was that movie that had Tom Hanks in it? You remember what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yeah. Oh, Bachelor Party.
Bachelor Party, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he was trying to hit a home run every time, man. That was a cute movie. Serena, right? Sierra. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to
That's all right.
Sierra Frost. What grade?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior as well. Talk to me a little bit about what got you into tennis.
Well, Addie actually got me involved in tennis. My sophomore year, she was convincing enough to get me out on the court for some open courts during the summer. I was involved in volleyball,
Okay.
but I just enjoy the atmosphere so much more than tennis.
So you kind of segued over to tennis. It's
Yeah.
been good for you, right?
Yeah.
All right, talk to me a little bit about the goals you have this year.
Well, goals this year, I just plan on improving my game and having fun this season.
All right. Can you talk to me a little bit about, the fact you don't have a league? Is that advantage or disadvantage? I believe it was a disadvantage.
Well, honestly, I feel like there's an advantage to it because you're not held to a certain standard. Like, you might be in leagues around here, like in a league around here, you might be expected to have a certain skill set or level. But if you're playing schools that don't really know you, there's no stigma around
Okay.
what your
That's pretty
advantage
good.
might be.
Hey, Coach, I mean, if it's just you and Upper Sandusky, worst you can do is second place.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's not bad. You tell us, hey, we were on the antenna. We finished second in tennis. So.
Never finished worse than
All
second.
right. Well, girls, I appreciate you stopping by. We're going to break for a second and talk to your coach a little bit more here. And that comes up here in just one moment. Our show brought to you in part tonight by Dwayne McCombs at Poet Grain, Hillman Ford Road, just northwest of Mansfield or Marion. Also, Luann Krebs at River's Edge Embroidery, Screen Printing, and Signs across from the Marion Depot. Dr. Erica Schieber, Bucyrus Veterinary Service, 222 West Mary Street. Also, Dr. Thomas M. Britton at Clubview Vision Center. Mike Kleinite, Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead, and Marion. The Ohio State University, Marion. A Big Ten education close to home. And Ted Coder at Monarch Body Shop in New Washington. Coach, let's talk a little bit about, we asked the girls, and nobody got to answer this question. Only 2 teams out of the N10 have tennis for women. And you consider that a blessing or a liability?
It makes me a little nervous because it's like it's not a very well-known program that way. And it's one of those programs that if a school down the road decides, hey, we don't have enough participants or enough funding for, you can probably get rid of pretty easy. And that's something I'm hoping never happens. Just because tennis is a great game, it's a life skill.
That's something we didn't even talk about. These girls can take this into their 50s and 60s.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, they can teach their kids and make a career of it, take my spot when they're, out of college.
I didn't hear any of you girls majored in education. No.
They're smarter than I am. So.
Well, we got one that's taking journalism, so I don't know.
Well, yeah.
All right. Summer practice, how's it going?
It's gone really well. We've had about 14 open courts, I think, this summer, and it's very well attended. We started our first official practice last Monday, had our first match last Friday.
Who'd you play last Friday and how'd we do?
We played Sandusky Perkins.
All right.
We lost 4-1. Hannah Scott got a win at first singles, but second doubles and second singles, They went 3 sets. I believe all 3 of them played 2.5 to 3 hours, so it was a very long match.
All right. Our next game or match is when?
We are on the road tomorrow, Tiff and Columbia.
All right, Tiff and Columbia, an NOL team.
Yep.
It takes people your age and my age to remember that, right? Well, listen, Coach, we appreciate you stopping by. Good luck on the tennis team, girls. Thanks so much for stopping by and filling us in. We're going to be up with Winford Volleyball in just one moment. That comes up right after this.